pwede ho nating lapitan. Kasi ang papakita lang natin, may cash flow naman yung negosyo nyo, umaandar na. So meron ho, may visibility po yan at therefore pwede silang pondohan.
And para sa mga schools pa ang ginagawa nila. And I know that's part, di ba?
Correct. Masusuportahan natin.
Correct. Si Secretary Bebot, meron akong ano sa kanya kasi someone here, I'm sorry, I tried to memorize lahat ng ano kahapon, but I know na meron isa na gumagawa ng garments. Kayo po yung Vice Mayor, tama ho ba ako? From Iloilo, tama ho? Yes. Okay, so, at di ba ho yung products ninyo, for the community, the women in the community are the ones sewing, and they are used to supply for government mga uniforms at pati yung mga uniforms ng mga bata?
Yes, ma'am.
Kayo na po magkwento. No, at lalapit na tayo kasi, di ba, nagbibigay ng labor, nagbibigay ng trabaho, pero ang pondo, umiikot lang.
Umiikot lang. Gusto sana namin na madagdagan yung aming machinery. Dahil kulang po yung aming machinery para sa aming mga gumagawa dahil yung nag-umpisa lang kami sa 20 na tao na gumagawa ng aming mga tumatahi ng aming tila ng mga t-shirt, shorts, school
uniforms po.
School uniforms. Pero ngayon nakaabot na kami ng 30.
Wow.
So
ang kailangan niyo po more?
Yung kailangan talaga namin yung embroidery machine. Para magagawa kami ng design. So para madagdagan naman yung aming mga mahihirap na constituent doon sa aming bayan sa Lambunaw in the province of Iloilo.
In Iloilo. So
sana kung madagdagan ng embroidery machine, at least matutulungan pa namin.
I'm sure si Secretary Bello is happy na ang employment na bibigay within the community and supported by the community.
Yes.
Your microphone po.
Ni-nervyos ako kay Chris eh.
Bakit? Kilala mo ako, teenager pa ako.
Hindi, grade 6 ka pa noon eh.
Correct. So, tama ba na na maganda yung idea niya, di ba?
Tama yun at nakakatulong sa pag-generate ng employment opportunities.
Opo.
Siguro tutulungan ka namin para makapag-generate ka pa.
Okay, thank you.
And I guess he just needs an embroidery machine.
SSF. Yes, shared service facilities yan na pwede nating ipondohan at
You don't like to stand, Secmon? Come. Tayo ka na para Kasi di ba, if you're standing, he knows you're sincere. Na darating yung machine.
Bibigyan ka namin ng shared service facility pa.
Salamat. Salamat.
Okay.
So thank you, ma'am.
Yes, I love Iloilo. Thank
Salamat.
you. Okay. So, and I think that yung sinabi niya is a good idea for all those who are in elective office. Hindi ba, Kong?
Actually, yung dalawa, kasi nagta-transition na tayo from yung CCT ng kuya mo to sustainable livelihood. Halimbawa, yung problema nung isa sa bananahe,
Yes.
bibigay namin dun sa mahihirap mong laborer yung machine. Because there is transition from CCT to SL. So basically, bibigay namin, then yan ang kapital niya dun sa enterprise mo. So co-owner mo pa siya. Ikaw naman, simple-simple lang po yan. Kasi karamihan naman ng worker mo. So yung building mo basically, halos it will be donated to the number of, kasi you should not borrow. You are disabled and therefore you need subsidy from the government. And there's so much money lying around, especially in DSWD. That's why what I see here is really, conceptually, is the convergence between DSWD and DTI in terms of the transition from CCT to wag mo na, walang pera kang dole, wag kang umasa dyan.
Ay, wala silang pera.
Wala kang pera yan. Kaya alam
Okay.
mo yan. Pero
saan, Kong Joey, saan sila dapat umasa?
DSWD kasi lahat ng kanilang constituent mahirap, yung isa disabled. So alam nga naman yung disabled, siya pang magbabayad ng utang ng interest. Alam mo ba lahat ng mga Grameen, nahihirapan po maka-transition, katulad sa amin sa tabako. Marami ng we have so many motherless families.
Oh.
Utang ng utang kasi sa Grameen. Bayad ng interest, hindi na makabayad. So, nagpapaalila na lang kami sa Manila. So, walang nanay yung pamilya. Kaya, ang style po dyan, may enterprise ka, yun po ang contribution nyo to nation building. Contribution po ng government is to help the disabled through public subsidy. Very clear concept.
Taray mo talaga. That's why. That's why.
Idol kita eh.
Hindi. Kay GMA in ka, kay Noy in ka, ngayon kay Duterte in ka pa rin. Nag-iisa ka. I love you.
Magaling talaga yan. Magaling kasi, magaling.
Totoo naman talaga. No, he's brilliant. Right? Yeah. Kaya nandyan ka. Pangontra? Talaga? Gusto mo ikwento ko sa kanila yung mga tinext mo sa akin?
Wag naman.
In-screen grab ko. Lagot ka. Okay, so ang last natin kasi, di ba, we have an abaca grower na in the millions na ang kanyang, who is this? The one who, tell me about yourself, Leonora. Maria Leonora Teresa. Okay. Yes, Leonora.
Ako po si Leonora Mila, manager ng isang cooperative.
Saan ito?
Sa Agusan del Norte, Caraga.
Okay.
So, engaged kami ng Abaca Fiber Production and Trading. Nagsimula kami sa 3 buwan na pagbabay ng Abaca. 3 buwan is 4 tons lang. Ngayon ay nasa nasa 200 tons a month. At nagsimula kami noon na 4 lang yung employees.
That's a lot, 200 tons a month.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Wow.
yes, Miss Grace. Tapos, 4 lang yung empleyado namin noon. Ngayon ay nasa 40 na mahigit. Mga direktang trabahante namin yun. Maliban yun, walang aside yun sa mga
How
indirect.
do you transport yung 200 tons na yan?
May usapan kami sa buyer namin na pipick upin.
Ay, sila nagpipick up?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Sa warehouse namin. Tapos sa ngayon ay 3.
So ano ngayon ang pangangailangan mo?
Marami kaming pangangailangan like yung truck, yung warehouse, yung forklift. Pero pero Miss Grace,
Bakit ba ako nagtanong? Lahat hiningi na. Okay, why not?
Pero Miss Grace,
Ask and you shall receive, di ba? Seek and you shall find.
pero Miss Grace, recipient kami ng DA, PRDP, andito sa secretary sa DA.
Yes.
Yung warehouse,
Ikaw ang bida today, Sek.
yung warehouse na hiningi namin sa PRDP ay naka-null to na, sir. Mga next month daw magsisimula na yung construction. Tapos yung yung warehouse is nasa 15 million kaya yon, Miss Grace. Tapos yung sa isang component sa PRDP, yung sa enhancement na enterprise namin, yung mga sasakyan, mga equipments, ay nasa null 1 na at expect namin na next month ay null 2 na rin at for procurement na rin.
Ma'am, bago natin pag-usapan yung detalye ng kanyang problema, no? Pakilala ko lang sa inyo kung ano ang Abaca. Abaca is found only in the Philippines. Only in the Philippines.
Yes.
It is the strongest fiber in the world. Pero pinabayaan natin. In fact, yung Abaca ng Samar, Leyte, Bicol...
Sino nagpabaya? Si
Hindi po,
Alcala?
hindi po.
Okay, baka lang.
Matagal na po ito.
Okay.
Ito po yung ugali nating mga Pilipino minsan, na yung ating sariling yaman, ini-ignore natin.
Yes.
No? So nagkasakit yung Abaca, nagkaroon ng bunchy tops, yung kumukulubot yung dahon at hindi na tumutubo. So napabayaan, and there is right now a shortage sa Abaca. Alam niyo po ba kung saan ginagamit ang Abaca? Hindi lang lubid.
Where else?
Paggawa ng pera.
Huh?
Yung money, yes.
Wow, the fibers? dun
Yes,
sa
security
pera?
notes, pera, yung insulator sa kotse, ginagamit ng Mercedes-Benz.
Really?
Yes, saka handicraft items. So there is a demand right now for Abaca. Sa Pilipinas pa lang, 140,000 hectares ang ating kulang.
Wow.
And the buying price of abaca right now, I think, ranges between 70 to 75 pesos per kilo.
Yes, sir.
No?
Yes, sir.
At,
Depends daw on the
Mahigit pa
quality.
doon.
Okay.
Mahigit
Now,
pa doon. Depende sa
Nag-release na
grado.
po kami. Kasi po ang abaca is under the Department of Agriculture.
Yes.
Nasa PhilFIDA, yung Philippine Fiber Development Authority. So nung makita ko po itong problemang ito, June pa lang, hindi pa ako nakaupo, pumunta po ako ng Leyte. Yung po ang reklamo ng taga Leyte, sabi niya, pwede mo ba kaming tulungan na ma-revive yung abaca? So immediately, I committed 100 million pesos. And of this, 50 million has already been released.
Wow.
Opo, na-release na po namin sa Municipality of
You
Sogod.
released it in just 4 months?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ang taray mo. Oh.
Ma'am, alam mo, totoo lang, ito nakikita ko eh. Wag lang nating pakialaman ng pera ng gobyerno, maraming pera para sa tao. Wag lang nating nakawin. And this I found out in the short time that I was appointed by President Duterte, Secretary of Agriculture. So immediately,
Di naman kami nagnakaw.
no, ma'am, hindi. Ma'am, wala ako sinabi. Alam ko na.
Turuhin lang natin.
Wala.
I want us to be friends.
Ma'am, wala po akong tinutukoy na sino man. Ito was a generic statement actually.
Maybe before, right?
no.
But I think 2010 onwards, wala.
Hindi ma'am, ang sinasabi ko lang po, ito
What?
sana yung maging standard natin sa gobyerno na
Okay.
tulad ng ginawa ni Noy. Na,
I love you na. Thank you. Oh, ganun
ma'am,
lang
totoo
po.
naman eh. Maski ano pang sabihin nila,
Yes.
yung issue ng corruption hindi pwedeng ibato kay Pinoy.
I love you. Thank
Yan
you.
naman. I'm just being
Yes.
fair.
No.
I'm just being fair. No?
And ako now, I'm seeing, you're faster. Yung secretary niya was slow. You're fast. Bongga. Okay?
So ma'am, sa problema nyo, sagot ko na po lahat yan. May pera po kami. As I've said, we have already released 50 million pesos. We're going to release another 50 at the moment they're able to liquidate the first 50. At kung ano pong kailangan nyo sa abaca project nyo, we will support you because we need more abaca.
Thank
Kailangan
you.
po natin 140,000 hectares pa.
Let's support Abaca. Okay.
Chris.
So, yes?
I'm here.
Yes, Joey.
Let's hear the story of Mr. Torres. He's one of the big business, Yasaki Torres.
Yeah,
And,
he's super rich. Yeah, the biggest, di ba? Automotive parts distributor
Yeah, that's right.
and producer and exporter in the Philippines. We
But-
can be friends.
But Chris, he has a...
Yes.
Even if he's super rich, he's helping the poor. And why did you tell him your story?
Mahirap mag-start dahil in-start nyo sa super rich.
Sorry po. We should be, di ba po, ang presidente natin ngayon, prangka at totoo lang, super rich naman po talaga kayo.
Anyway, we have a new...
Takot ho ba tayo sa BIR? Kaya ayaw natin pag-usapan ng pagiging super rich?
sa puso lang.
Okay.
We have a new project, and this is to help rice farmers. And this project is just started last year. And we help the
Dito po
farmers.
tayo sa gitna kasi sa leveling po ng yaman, ang mas mayaman lang po sa inyo nakaupo doon. Si Miss Tessie C. Coson na hindi umakyat. But kasabay ko kanina sa eroplano, pero siguro ho, yung you are now helping the rice farmers. Paano po?
Yes, we help them increase their yield and increase their earnings. And initially, we were able to increase it by 66%. And in our first cropping season, we had only 16 farmers that participated.
And now?
Now, this is the third cropping season, and we have already 165 farmers.
Wow.
And
Where po? Saan?
in Mindoro.
I've been around Mindoro. Beautiful.
I see. And next month, we're going to start with the fourth cropping season, and we're going to have 250 farmers.
Ang galing.
And we're going to have 500 hectares.
Mr. Torres, may curiosity lang po ako. How come from automotive parts, bakit po farmers ang napili niyong tulungan? At bakit specifically rice farmers?
Well, sometimes businessmen, they have no limitations. Sometimes whatever is in front of you, and sometimes when you want to help also. So this is something that we think we need, that we have to develop agriculture in this country.
Tama naman talaga. Dahil nga, napabayaan, sinabi ni Secretary. Pero ngayon, inaalagaan.
Ma'am, magko-comment lang ako.
Yes.
Alam niyo ginawa nila
Kasing daldal kita.
Opo. Ma'am, kasi ang ginawa nila Mr. Torres is something that we should all be aware of, no. Ito po yung corporate rice farming. Alam niyo, hindi na ikwento ni Mr. Torres, meron silang 14,000 employees sa Yasaki Torres. But they are giving their employees rice allowance. Saka meron silang kantin na kumakain ng 400 bags every week. Tama po ba?
Yes.
Instead of buying their rice from commercial sources, ginamit nila yung dating Undersecretary ng Department of Agriculture, si Dante de Lima, no relation to the senator. No. There was no malice to that. No. No malice.
At least from
May balis na kaagad eh. Yung talaga, Secretary, ha?
Taga Davao siya.
Oh, okay.
Taga-Davao po. Ang ginawa po nila, nag-engage sila ng farmers sa Mindoro. Sila nag-finance ng farmers, sila nagbigay ng hybrid rice, sila nagbigay ng abono, sila nag-finance, sila nag-mill, and then binili nila yung bigas ng yung palay ng farmer. So ang nangyari po ngayon, maganda yung income ng farmer kasi steady yung presyo. Nawala yung middleman.
Nawala yung middleman.
On the other hand, sa end user side naman, presko yung bigas at mura yung bigas ng
Mas
mga empleyado
mura pa.
nila.
Wow.
So because of this, we are copying the model, ma'am. And I submitted this proposal to the President during the cabinet meeting, and he approved the implementation of the corporate rice farming system in the whole country.
Galing.
Opo. At ito po ang ating solusyon para hindi na masyado mamanipulate ng ating mga middlemen
Correct.
yung presyo ng palay at saka bigas sa merkado.
Ay.
Opo.
You are amazing, Mr. Torres.
Model po sila. Model po.
Oo.
Actually, it is because of the secretary.
Oh, Mutual Admiration Society. How nice. And no relation to Senator De Lima. Okay. Oh, sige.
He's the
Yes,
guy.
Joey.
He's the guy.
Where? Saan siya yung hindi
Ay, ayan si
relative?
Dante.
Hi.
I think we should not let Tessie escape. I
Yes.
think she should share her story on how she also helps small entrepreneurs. Where is Toto Barcelon here? Toto Barcelon, can you join us here? This guy, you should admire him. We were trying to showcase all those who are enablers, who are really helping entrepreneurs, and in a way, Tessie is doing the same thing that Mr. Torres is
And
doing.
what is Mr. Barcelon doing now?
I will ask him to be the one to explain the story.
Thank you so much, Mr. Torres.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's be friends, ha? Okay. Hi. Sige po.
Hindi ko naalikan na.
You have good taste. Okay, ano po?
Good afternoon po. Actually, I remember 3 weeks ago when we met with Joey, we were talking about AgriLink and then Go Negosyo. And then nabanggit niya yung, we're talking about training farmers with SM Foundation. It's already a 10-year program, yung Kabalikat sa Kabuhayan. No? So we train small farmers. And then, nabigla na lang ako nung binanggit ni Joey. Parang challenge. No? Sabi niya, why don't you organize an agri-cluster for Go Negosyo? Sabi ko, pinakamabigat na meeting yun. Kasi it's really a challenge. No? Ako naman, I have... Well, since we are already 10 years in the business of high-value crops, no, mga seeds, inputs, no, and training farmers, ang ginawa ko, nag-Viber group. So,
You have a Viber group?
Yeah.
Can I join?
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sure. In fact, alam mo kanina, Chris, nag-uusap lang kami ng mga kaibigan ko sa agri group, no? Alam mo, gawin natin si Chris na, ating endorser.
For your agri group?
ng mga gulay.
You know
And then,
why? Oo, para yung mga farmers hindi nagalit sa amin.
Oo. At saka,
Oo.
alam mo, Chris,
Diba? I want to be friends with the world.
yeah. Nabanggit din namin na kasi we distribute our partner in Thailand.
See? Si President Duterte didn't know what he's missing.
Ibubulong ko mamaya.
Sige, puno mo po. Oh.
Anyway, I was talking with my son. No? So we distribute. Actually, no-new seed is the most popular breeder for melons in the whole world.
Oh, I love melons. Cantaloupe, honeydew, watermelon,
Kaya Chris,
which
ngayon
one?
sabihin ko na sa iyo.
Yes.
Gusto namin maglagay ng isang variety na very famous.
Okay.
Palitan namin ng pangalan, Chris.
Taray.
Okay ba?
Meron ng melon named after me. How nice.
Libre yun, Chris.
Of course. Of course,
Ayan.
Mr. Barcelona.
Maraming witness. Anyway, let's go back to the...
Nandiyan po si Boy Abunda. Pwedeng pag-usapan, pwedeng porsiyento. Oo.
So anyway, let's
That's
go back to the Go Negosyo cluster. In fact, they're all here now. Can you stand up?
Yes, the agribusiness.
Hindi sila marami ngayon.
Okay.
But Joey is organizing town hall meeting like this, all for agri.
No, and what I like about what you're saying about melons is they really grow well in Central Luzon.
Yeah.
Tama ho ako, di ba?
Opo,
So,
opo.
syempre, di ba kasi minsan, kung saan galing ang presidente, doon talaga nafo-focus lahat.
Oo.
Kawawa naman po ang Central Luzon, so wag natin silang kalimutan.
Pinakamalaking growing area is Tarlac.
Sayang hindi ako nag-register sa Tarlac. Okay.
Anyway, so yung ginagawa nating nakuan, yung Viber group na yan, I was a little scared, no? Kasi grabe naman yung binigay na trabaho ni Joey. So, alam mo, I put into the Viber group, I think around 60 of my friends. No? And then, all of a sudden, dami na, okay.
Oh,
Sabi
see?
ko,
It just takes one man to start everything.
Yeah.
So maybe we should all give a big hand to Mr. Joey Concepcion.
yeah.
Chris, I call on George Barcelon. I think this guy is not related to...
Yeah.
But he's the chairman of the
Philippine Chamber of Commerce.
Philippine Chamber of Commerce
Yes.
and Industry.
Niresearch ko rin po yun kahapon.
Din ba? Thank you.
Yes.
And George, I mean, he's been a partner together with DTI and everybody here. So, I mean, the credit goes to all of these guys. I mean, they're the mentors that we need. And, you know, I mean, Tessie was a bit shy, but she's allowed Toto to sell all their crops in SM, and that's what we want to see. And Secretary Mon has been saying that. I mean, let's get the produce of all our micro-entrepreneurs into the supermarkets.
No, sorry to interrupt When I opened your Nueva Ecija SM, right? Kitang-kita doon when you enter SM markets, as soon as you enter, doon lahat ng mga produce na galing sa Nueva Ecija. So each SM, whether it's SM Markets or it's SM the department store, they do highlight what is locally sourced and locally grown. I love SM.
I just like to add. First time I met you was long ago.
Yes po.
We wanted you to endorse our product.
What was it?
Bantex.
Ay, you can still come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have other products. I'll think about it.
Okay. Ay,
It's just a
pag-iisipan
question.
mo pa.
It's just a question whether I can afford it.
Whether you can afford me or not, we can talk about percentages. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to close this kasi there's a painter and I have to go down to him. Alika, kasi nabalitaan ko yung kwento mo. Maki, come. Hi, Maki. Nice to meet you. Dito tayo sa gitna. Nag-holding hands nga tayo. Okay, Maki, you came here galing sa Zamboanga, tama ba ko?
Yes po.
With 500 pesos.
Yes po.
Tapos,
Pagdating ko dito, natulog ako sa street sa Oyang Green kasi first night ko, wala akong kakilala sa Davao. So, I need to... napunta lang ako kasi dito kasi nakita ko safe. Narinig ko sa mga friend ko na safe talaga ang Davao. So, I got to the bus, dala ko yung dalawang t-shirt ko, yung bag ko.
and then,
And then, pagdating ko dito, yun, pagtingin ko sa bulsa ko, 500 na lang yung pera ko. Tapos natulog ako sa street kasi sabi ko, safe naman dito. So, I slept on the street at first night and paggising ko, masaya.
Buhay ka pa.
Buhay pa ako.
Yes.
And-
Masaya naman talagang magising
Yes po.
na buhay ka pa. And then,
And then, doon po, nag-start yung passion ko sa painting, sa portrait. So, nilalako ko yung painting ko dati.
but
sa,
now, where are those paintings available?
Yes po.
Na, sa Abriza Mall, di ba?
Sa Abriza Mall.
I'm sorry, TSC. That's an Ayala Mall, but that's where it is available. So,
Opo.
bakit sa Abriza? Why did they give that space to you?
In-offer lang po sa Robinson actually ang
Ah.
space. Tapos ang Robinson nagrent pa ng sa Abrisa.
Oh, naguluhan ako doon. Ang Robinsons nagre-rent sa Ayala.
Opo, nasa loob siya ng supermarket.
Ah,
yung-
okay. So doon, and now, your painting can be found in Malacanang?
Yes po, nakita ko sa isang staff ni President na sa maliit ko na shop na kiosk type sa Brisa, sa Robinson. Tapos pinakommission sa akin yung official portrait ni President.
Ay.
Then,
Do we have an insert of that? Is it in your phone?
Yes po.
Can I see? Kung anong itsura ng official portrait na ikaw ang gumawa? Oh. Tapos tatapat natin sa camera para makita nilang lahat. So his official portrait in Malacanang was done by you.
Yes po.
Okay? And taga Zamboanga pumunta sa Davao with 500 pesos and now ang trabaho ay nasa Malacanang.
Opo.
Ay, congratulations.
Thank you po. Thank
so,
you po.
ngayon Maki, ano bang pangarap ang natitira?
Ang pangarap ko po, sana makagawa ko ng isang art center
Yes.
na to teach the kids and mag-build ng portrait group sa Philippines. Na,
Ang ganda ha.
Thank you
Pinagwapo mo si Presidente lalo.
Thank you
In
po.
fairness
Thank you
sa'yo.
po.
Yes.
Thank you
How
po.
young are you, Maki?
31 po.
Wow, nakakabilib si Maki because that's diba? He had a dream.
Yes.
Diba? He chased the dream and he was not afraid to go for it.
Yes po.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you
Ako,
po.
ayaw mo akong i-paint?
Sige po, i-paint kita.
Magkano?
Mura lang.
Sige. Okay. Magtawagan tayo.
Sige po, salamat
Okay,
po.
thank you. You know, I just want to be able to close this by giving the floor to Joey. But before I do that, gusto ko pong magpasalamat dahil alam ko po tonight that they are going to be celebrating the 100th birth anniversary of Mrs. Duterte. The mom, diba? I think her full name is Soledad, am I correct? But she's known here in Davao as Soling. Nanay Soling. And si Nanay Soling, nung first time ko pong na-interview si President Duterte when he was just mayor, sinabi niya, Cory loyalist ang mommy niya. Kasi daw po, right before the EDSA revolution and during the snap elections, she was the one who organized, it was called Yellow Friday, the Yellow Friday movement. And sinabi niya sa akin na to her death, ang nanay ko, mahal na mahal ang nanay mo. So, gusto ko pong magpasalamat dahil if there is one thing siguro, today, I hope you all saw that, na we can work together, that it is possible for us to do good for our country as Filipinos. And gusto ko magpasalamat po doon sa, if there's one thing that President Duterte and I share, and both our families, I'm sure, we love our mothers. And siguro, kung ino-honor natin ang mga memory ng ating nanay, gagawin natin ang lahat para mapaganda natin lalo pa ang ating bayan. I'll give the floor to Joey and say thank you for this opportunity.
Can I ask Mon Lopez to join me? First of all, Chris, and to our viewers, I'd like to thank Chris for this evening. Despite President Duterte not being able to attend, you did a great, great job. And definitely, the next one is going to come soon, and President Duterte will really attend the event.
Ako naman ang hindi a-attend. It's a joke.
So again, I think the power of Chris to really inspire our brothers here, our big brothers, to help the micro-entrepreneurs and the micro-entrepreneurs to continue to fight poverty
Yes.
is there. No? Mon?
Yeah. So in behalf of President Duterte, tumawag naman talaga sila at talagang may sakit. Hindi natuloy ang date ninyo, subalit nakita natin yung inspirasyon na nailabas mo sa ating discussion dahil I guess yung inspiration also comes from you, being an inspiring person, totoong tao, at ngayon sa pagkikwento po ninyo ay nailabas ninyo yung mga istorya at inspirasyon ng bawat isa at kung paano rin nagkakatulong-tulong lahat. Sabi nga sa larangan ng advocacy, sa pagtutulong sa tao, actually walang color yan eh.
Totoo.
Sama-sama po tayo at yun po napakita nyo today by being present today.
Thank you.
Na talagang handang tumulong sa advocacy ng pagtutulong sa mga micro, SME, mga maliliit nating mga kababayan.
And siguro matutuwa si Presidente Duterte because by the end of the year, I will have 7 outlets of Potato Corner and Nacho Bimbi, and all of those who work for me are employed.
Yes.
Wala pong contractual.
Salamat. Thank you again, Chris. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
At sa ating
Maraming salamat po. I apologize again that the date hindi natuloy, but I was stood up, but I assume the next time he realized it was fun, sisipot na siya. Maraming salamat po. Thank you for joining us. And let's keep doing our share para tulungan po ang lahat ng ating mga micro, small, and medium-scale entrepreneurs to make them large. Kasi di ba you have to be 150 million to become large? 100 lang ba? Ay, large na ako, taray. Okay. Maraming salamat po and God bless you all. God bless the Philippines.
At dyan po nagtatapos ang programa para po sa National MSME o Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Summit 2016. Kagaya nga po ng nabanggit kanina, bagamat hindi po natuloy ang pagdalo ni Pangulong Duterte dito sa forum na ito, ay nagpatuloy pa rin po ang programa at ito raw po ay para sa kapakanan ng mga maliliit na negosyante sa bansa. Kanina nga po ay narinig natin ang announcement ni DTI Secretary Mon Lopez na sumama po ang pakiramdam ng Pangulo dahil kagagaling nga lang po nito sa official state visit sa Malaysia at sa maikling pagbisita sa Thailand ay alas 4 na po ng umaga nakarating ang Pangulo at ito po talaga ay mayroong sakit. Noong una po ay nagkaroon ng kaunting panghinayang subalit ipinaliwanag po ni DTI Secretary Lopez na naririto po ang mga participants para po sa pag-unlad ng mga maliliit na negosyo sa bansa. Samantala, dinala naman po ni Queen of All Media Chris Aquino ang daloy ng programa kung saan ay kinilala po nito ang mga maliliit na negosyante na nasa entablado. Naging makabuluhan po ang pag-uusap dahil nakapagbahagi po ng inspirational stories ang mga MSME owners na nasa pagninegosyo ng iba't ibang produkto. May mga nagnenegosyo po sa fruit juice, kape, garments, mayroon ding mga kooperatiba at kapansin-pansin rin na nagkaroon ng interaction ang mga malalaking negosyante sa mga maliliit na negosyante po, yung mga MSME owners, na isa rin pong layunin ng forum na ito. Halimbawa po ay napag-alaman na mayroon palang programang LBC and DHL upang makatulong po sa mga negosyante sa pagpapadala ng kanilang mga produkto sa mas mababang halaga. Nag-commit rin po si DTI Secretary Mon Lopez na ipapadala niya nito ang kinakailangang sewing machines sa isang entrepreneur na nasa pagninegosyo ng garments. Ang mga rehabilitated prisoners naman ay magkakaroon din ng pagkakataon na magkatrabaho sa tulong ni Senator Mig Zubiri na siyang chairman ng Senate Committee on Trade, Commerce and Entrepreneurship. Ilan lamang po yan sa mga naging discussion dito sa National MSME Summit 2016 at atin din pong nakita kanina na kinausap po ni Chris Aquino si Maki Bongabong, ang binansagang President Duterte painter. Ibinahagi po ni Maki na nasa mall na ang kanyang mga paintings na ibinebenta roon. Ang kanya rin pong mga gawa ay makikita na rin raw sa Malacanang. Napaka-inspiring ng kanyang storya kasi 500 pesos lamang raw ang una niyang pera, ngunit ating napakinggan kung nasaan na ang narating niya ngayon. At pangarap raw niya magkaroon ng arts theater upang mag-mentor rin dun sa mga taong gusto, sa mga nag-aspire rin na maging painter katulad niya. Ating pong nakikita ngayon na nasa entablado pa rin po ang ilan sa mga VIPs, guests natin dito sa National MSME Summit 2016. Naroon pa rin po sa entablado ang naging pangunahing tagapagdaloy po ng programa, si Ms. Chris Aquino. Nabanggit rin po sa summit na kahit ano man ang iyong political background o ang iyong political colors, ay ito ay sinasantabi para para sa ikauunlad ng micro and small and medium enterprises. At yan nga rin po ang naging unang objective rin po ng summit na ito, na kahit po mayroong magkaibang political background si Chris Aquino at si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, ay magsasama po sila. Supposedly dapat po dito sa National MSME Summit 2016. Ngunit ang humalili po para po sa presensya ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte ay si Department of Labor and Employment Secretary Silvestre Bello III. At dyan po nagtatapos ang ating special coverage ng National MSME o Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Summit 2016 na ginanap po dito sa SMX Convention Center sa Davao City. Muli ako po si Diane Querer para sa PTV News.